Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. Guys, there is so much information available in today's day and age that it truly is amazing to me that anyone reasonable even questions what's actually going on. But I guess when you think about it, that is probably that is the real problem. You know, there are just less and less truly reasonable people. You know, it's like the more information that's available, the less people will even bother to think until something literally just grabs them and makes them do it, forces them to think. And that's exactly what seems to be happening on Twitter right now. There's a very, very cool video that's basically breaking the internet. And the culture war, as we know it, has now been explained in a way that a lot of different people from a lot of different places can actually understand. And of course, I'm gonna show that to you. But first, guys, if you haven't already, please help the channel continue to grow. Here in 2024, I think it's gonna be more and more difficult to get conservative voices heard. So we are going to have to do this work together. And we can do that by making sure we like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share. So here is a pretty funny, really, really good comedian, Dave Smith, on how the culture war was really engineered.
There are these nexus charts where you can map out words in major publications. I'm not talking about mom and pop news outlets. I'm talking about the New York Times, the Washington Post, like the big dogs. Go track how many times the word racism was mentioned. And around 2012, it shoots up.
Yep.
Social justice shoots up. Transgenderism shoots up. White privilege shoots up. This was forced on the American people. Why are we having these conversations now? No, the people did not wake up one day and decide, we want to have a national conversation about chicks with dicks. That didn't happen. This wasn't an organic movement. It was all of the most powerful people decided this is what we're going to talk about. And why was that? Because it's the perfect, look, when you're failing on policy, you pivot to a culture war.
Yep.
You pit people against each other, so they're fighting each other.
Yep.
We had in this country, we had an Occupy Wall Street movement where leftists were standing outside of big banks screaming, we are the 99%. Right-wingers had a populist movement called the Tea Party, where they were outraged about the bailouts of big banks, unsustainable debt, government spending. They don't like that. That's not what the powers that be like. You're getting too close. Look, they like you fighting about issues like abortion. Now, I'm not saying abortion isn't a very important issue. It's a very important issue. But us fighting about that issue doesn't scare anyone at the Federal Reserve. It doesn't scare anyone in the CIA. They don't care if you fight about that issue. They love you fighting over transgender bathrooms.
Yep.
They have no, and you can see this every day. They're stoking this culture war because they have to distract from the fact that they completely failed on everything.
Yeah, so you guys see that. That is wild. I mean, that is just plain wild. And I'm not saying that the dude is right, but I am saying that it makes a hell of a lot of sense. At least. It at least makes a hell of a lot of sense. And if you follow the actual data, you know, this is not a theory. You know, this is absolutely true. If you look at the charts for both systemic racism and white privilege, you will absolutely see a massive spike. Now, that of course could be a symptom of demand for these things. I don't know. I mean, it is a cyclical thing. I'm sure it feeds off itself, but I don't know. You know, a spike that massive, and more importantly than that, the fact that it's sustained tells me that this is not exactly organic. You know, this is by design, this is on purpose, this was planned. And, you know, there's a reason for that. You know, a lot of different people have a lot of different theories, a lot of different beliefs. And I'm not sure exactly what to believe myself, but I do know that our culture is at war. And I do not believe that it has been organically directed. You know, let me know what you guys think. I'm very, very curious to hear your thoughts on this. You know, what do you believe? Organic? Or not organic. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.